We're live. Welcome back for another deadline stream, everyone. How are we all doing today? I hope you're all very well, wherever you're tuned in from around the world. Welcome to the GW18 deadline stream. 2 hours to go, well, not even that now. Lots to talk about, loads prepared for this stream. Good to have you all here. We've got a mad schedule ahead of us. We've got, I think it's 29 matches over the next 13 days. 29 games next 13 days, so it's non-stop right now. I think we only get 2 days off between now and the 3rd of January. So yeah, non-stop FPL, which is really exciting. If you're an FPL addict like me anyway. Lots of FPL to come, lots of football on TV. Every day pretty much. Obviously Christmas Day is the day off. I was looking at my schedule earlier and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do a video on Christmas Day. I don't know if I'll do it before I go around the families or I'll go around, open presents and then come back and do it. But there's no other time. Like Gameweek 19 is on the 26th in the morning, I think, or early afternoon. So the sacrifices we make, but it's great. I love it. I love it when it's this busy, to be honest. I don't know about you guys. I know, FPL Esto says hard time for content creators. I know, cry me a river. I don't mind it, to be honest. I love making FPL content, as you guys know. So I try and show that in every video. Did you guys notice the Christmas touches in the experts video today? Also, actually, on the intro of this stream, I had a little bit of snowfall. So a few Christmas touches in this winter period. So welcome all to this stream. Akshay, Thomas, Harris, Valentina, Rory, Joseph, Bolu, Charlotte, Cobb, JD, John. It's good to see John Hamilton back. John, Jay, Milos, Sukiro, Mars, and anyone else I've missed. Welcome all of you to the stream. Welcome Lupo, Jeffrey. Game18 then. So yeah, loads to talk about. I've actually made a transfer already, and I'm interested to know what you guys think of it, whether it's a good move or a bad move. I've sold Maguire. So with a heavy heart, Maguire's left my team, and Trent Alexander-Arnold is in. I had something like 5.7 million in the bank, so I was looking at it as two ways. I could either go Maguire to Konsa and leave the door open to Haaland, or I just take a chance that Haaland misses the next 2 or 3, and then I'll get him after Salah and Son go for AFCON. But obviously if Haaland is back Game Week 20 when they've got Sheffield United home, then I think I'll just sell Salah a week early before he goes, because he does have Newcastle. What do you think? Trent Alexander-Arnold, 8.2 mil, is he worth it, or is that a bit much? Leanne, thanks for the 5 months. She says, hey Oscar, compliments of the season. Same to you, Leanne. Thanks for that. Thanks for the 5 months as well. I just found out today that YouTube have added this thing where you can gift 10 memberships per month. So I'll do that during this stream. I can gift memberships to you guys. So I'll drop 5 memberships later in the stream. So stick around for that as well. Turn the music up a tiny bit. There we go. So yeah, as usual, lots prepared for the stream. We'll do the news roundup. We'll have a look at the scout selection, the top projections, top goal scorer odds. We'll play the mini game with the biggest FPL scores of all time. Lots prepared. So welcome all of you to the stream. Good to have you here. Over 1,000 tune in already. I've only been live for 5 minutes. So yeah, get your questions in, and I'll answer as many as possible before the deadline. FH Rune says Gordon to Saka for free. Yeah, I think that's worth it. We don't know if Gordon's going to be available or not. And annoyingly, House presses after the deadline. So they play on Saturday. So his press conference won't even be till tomorrow. And to be honest, you know what Howe's like. He's not going to tell us anything anyway. So I think that's a good move. You know, there's a risk he doesn't play, and Saka's an upgrade anyway. I know this week he's got Liverpool, which isn't ideal. But looking at those fixtures, it's a really nice run for Arsenal from 19 onwards. So I think that's worth it. MS asks, is it worth a -4 to take out Areola? I do think Areola probably doesn't start this week now, after what happened in the League Cup. If anyone missed it, Areola finally got a start in the League Cup. So before the game, I thought maybe Moyes is giving him some minutes before the weekend when they play Man United. Or maybe he's a cup keeper now, but they lost 5-1. It wasn't a great game for Areola, or anyone really at West Ham. Bowen scored. So in terms of a -4, I'd consider it if you've got no other backup keeper that plays either. Then it's probably worth it, because I don't think Areola plays now. I hate to say to anyone that's got him. Yeah, I think there's a chance he doesn't play. Thoughts on captaining John McGinn? I think that's a stretch. I know it's a nice fixture for Villa, home to Sheffield United, but surely not captain McGinn. Danny C, hey mate, you started earlier than I expected. Yeah, I'm trying to do 2-hour streams nowadays. Why not? I mean, I could talk about FPL all day, as you guys know. So, yeah, nowadays I try and do 2-hour streams. John says, Oscar, should I remove Powell from -4? Yeah, if anyone missed it, Emery's press conference was an hour or two ago, and he said that Pau Torres is out for tomorrow's fixture, so he's not going to play. We'll talk about what the potential backline could be in a sec. I've got a graphic from FPL Villain. It depends who you have to play instead, John. Like, if you've got someone that you could just scrape through the week with, even if it's someone like Guehi, who's home to Brighton, I think, someone like that, then it's probably not worth a hit. Coincidentally, I don't know, you guys probably know Az from FPL Black Box. He was messaging me just now, actually, right before we went live, and he's in the same boat. He's looking at selling for Pedro Porro, or he can play Guehi, and he was really on the fence about it. I'm not sure what he's decided, but my thinking was if you can play someone like Guehi, then it's probably not worth the -4, because you're completely counting on a clean sheet for Spurs or an attacking return for Pedro Porro to repay that. Whereas, you know, it's not out of the question that Palace keep a clean sheet. I think it's a home fixture as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, a lot of people are looking at Richarlison. I think he's a really good pick right now. Martin's asking whether it's worth for a -4 to sell Gordon. I looked at it, and personally I'm not. I'm just going to keep Gordon. I did look at that exact same move. I've already made my move, which was Maguire to Trent. So then I thought maybe I'll do Gordon to Richarlison, because obviously they've got 3 nice fixtures, and then Son goes for the Asian Cup, and Richarlison's going to be their main focal point of the attack. Snuck in focal there. So I think Richarlison's a good pick. I don't think I'd do it for a -4 myself. And obviously there is a chance Gordon plays, and then after that they've got Forest home. So I feel like it's probably not worth the hit. Adam Lee, thanks for the super chat. He says, Fulham goalkeeper Rodak on -1 points but has never played. Why? I didn't know that. I'm guessing he got booked while he was on the bench, which does happen. I mean, there's been cases before where someone's got someone in their team that they've started in their team, they never actually got subbed on and got booked, and you still get the -1 for that. You don't get them auto subbing off your bench despite not playing. So yeah, it's very rare it happens. But like, if someone had started Rodak that week, I mean, I suppose someone out there will have, and he wouldn't have auto subbed off. Sorry, they would have got -1 for that. Brutal. But yeah, I'm guessing that's what's happened there with the -1 for him, despite not playing all season. I mean, he might end the season on negative points. Diego Carlos or Consa? I would go Consa between the two. He can play centre back, he can play right back. So I think that works in his favour. There's like 2 routes for him being in the starting 11. Kai Machado says, start 5 out of Gabriel, Saliba, Senesi, Cash, Trippier, Adingra and Szoboszlai. So I'd start Trippier. I think I'd start Cash. We'll talk about him in a second. I think I'd start Cash and just take a chance he comes in. The third one's difficult. I think it's Adingra or Szoboszlai. I suppose you start Adingra, because Arsenal's defence is just too good right now that I feel like you probably won't get anything from Szoboszlai. So I think I'd start Cash, Trippier and Adingra. I saw today as well, Kirke's Bournemouth defender's been spotted with a protective boot on, so it looks like he'll be missing for Bournemouth as well. Anurag says, my team is in turmoil. He's got Trippier, Livramento and Cash, who might play. He's got Gordon, who's mostly injured, and he's got Darwin, who played 90 midweek, and he's got Martinelli versus Liverpool, Areola and Turner as well. So are you asking for transfer suggestions? I think Trippier, Livramento, Cash is okay. You might, yeah, it's difficult. I suppose one of those misses out between Trippier and Livramento. I won't be surprised if Burn starts in left back, maybe centre back. It could be all 3 starts, because obviously Luton have been getting quite a lot of success on set pieces, Adebayo in particular. So Burn kind of makes sense to man mark him on corners and set pieces. So yeah, it depends who your other strikers are. You could sell Darwin to Solanke or Watkins. I think that makes sense. Those are the biggest upside moves that I can see for your team. You could do Livramento to Konsa. I'd consider one of those two. Probably wouldn't make a keeper transfer because Turner will at least play. Like Darwin, don't know if he even starts now. Samuel Fox says he's feeling unbelievably festive. Do you guys still love Christmas and all that, or are you over it these days? I don't mind it. I still get into the Christmas spirit. As you might have noticed on the experts video with the Christmas intro, I had a little Santa riding across as well. Jeffrey says, wildcard, unsure on Son, Salah and Haaland, ideas. If I had Haaland and some other problems in my team, I would use the wildcard right now, personally. I'm not sure we see Haaland till 20 at the absolute earliest, maybe 21. So if I was on a wildcard, I think I'd pull the trigger. And then you can roll into 19. And then if Haaland is back, you've got 2 transfers. So you could sell Salah, something like that, to get Haaland back. I think I'd wildcard if I had it now. Unless your team's in good shape, obviously. In which case 20 makes sense. Because you can... we might have a double game week announcement by then as well. Ben Crowley reckons we could get double game week 25 for Brentford and Man City. This is what it would look like. This hasn't been announced, but the way that they've scheduled the fixtures, Ben Crowley reckons that game week 25 is going to be where that Man City and Brentford postponement moves to. It's not a great double for either, to be honest. It's a bit rubbish how that might fall. Brentford have Liverpool, Man City, so I don't know if you'd even want any Brentford players for that double. Man City would have Chelsea home and Brentford home. That's really nice. Like, you could triple up for that. And we'll have De Bruyne back by then as well. You could have like Haaland, De Bruyne and Alvarez or Foden. So yeah, we might have an announcement by game week 20. So that's when the wildcard could be worth holding. But of course we don't know. Yeah, Ivan Toney's not far back from a return as well, actually. I wonder if he goes to Arsenal. He's been linked, hasn't he? Suleiman says, have you tried FPL Potato, 100% free website? I haven't. I'm not even aware of it. What is it? Oh, I have. Yeah, I have. Yeah, this is actually in my bookmarks. Yeah, I have seen that before. I can't say I've used it for a while, but it is in my bookmarks. Yeah, it's a cool website. I like the player comparison. Right, we'll do the news roundup in a sec because I'm sure there's some bits and bobs that you might have missed. As I say, the annoying thing is that a lot of the fixtures are on Saturday and beyond, so we don't actually have much in terms of team news. But I've picked out as much as I can, so we'll go through all the news roundup. First of all, Chelsea news. Reece James is set to undergo a hamstring surgery in Finland, and is expected to miss between 3 to 4 months of the season. So yeah, I really feel for James. He's just always seems to get injured like several times a season. Yeah, and it's really starting to take its toll on his career. But obviously, from an FPL perspective, Gusto for 4.1 mil becomes a very interesting option. 4.1 mil. José Sarr is fit and ready for the weekend after missing out game week 17. Pedro Neto trained all week and he could return to the squad on Christmas Eve. Oh, I haven't got a Bournemouth graphic. I'll have to use that one. Yeah, as I said earlier, Kirkez has been pictured wearing a protective boot, so there's some concerns that he'll miss out in game week 18. Liverpool news. For those that missed the minutes in the League Cup, this is how it looked. So Diaz, Salah and Trent were on the bench. Tsimikas started. He came off at 69 minutes, so he looks good for a start, you'd imagine. Gakpo played 78. Gomez and Darwin played the whole 90. So yeah, if I had to predict the Liverpool front three, it could be Diaz, Gakpo and Salah. Or maybe Diaz, Darwin and Salah. Something to be mindful of if you've got Darwin. So yeah, as I said, the Aston Villa news. Pau Torres is out for tomorrow's game against Sheffield United. We're not going to see him. Really annoying. Really a shame if you picked him up last game week, because I know some people picked him up for Brentford. And then obviously the much better fixture this week. But he's out. So in terms of the best Villa defender, I think it's just Konsa right now. Because you've got Dina and Moreno are competing. Diego Carlos is probably good as well, but I think Konsa makes sense because he can play centre-back or right-back. And I've got a graphic from FPL Villa. At FPL Villa, and give him a follow if you're not. He's really good for stuff like Villa team news, predicted lineups, occasional leaks. And he's given his Villa predicted lineup for the Sheffield United game. The backline he's gone with is Digne, Carlos, Konsa and Cash. But he's got Digne and Cash as 50%. So there's two ways this could go really. Option 1 is cash in right back like this. Option 2 is Longley comes in at centre back. I think he's left footed, so Emery might want that. So he goes left centre back. Carlos goes right centre back, and Consa goes right back. So those are the two ways it goes, really. And then obviously Dino and Alex Moreno are rotation risks as well. But I feel like if you've got cash, you have to play him. You'll kick yourself if he keeps a clean sheet, or even if he gets an attack and return in that one. Bit of Tottenham news. Maddison's set to return from Dubai and join up with his teammates to build up his fitness, and he could join up from tomorrow. So it might not be too long till we see Maddison back as well. And lastly, a bit of Man City news. Doku and Haaland were both absent from Man City's pre-Club World Cup final training session following their withdrawal from the 23-man squad list. De Bruyne is present. So yeah, again, that leads me to believe that Haaland definitely misses 19, maybe 20 as well. Let me catch up on Super Chats. Dylan is bored, says, Sup Oscar, hope you're good. Pick 3 defenders out of Trent, Livramento, Porro, Saliba and Taylor. Also, surgery in Finland, damn. Yeah, so I'd go Trent, I'd go Porro. I think I'd start Livra. I know he's not guaranteed to start, but I think you start Livra there. So Saliba first on the bench, then Taylor. Jeffrey says, sorry, I meant to activate the wildcard, and I'm wondering what to do with Son, Salah and Haaland. Does it make sense to wildcard in 2 players gone in 3 game weeks? I wouldn't have Haaland on a wildcard. I'd have Alvarez instead, and I'd have Solanke and Watkins as the front 3. I'd definitely have Son and Salah. I know you only get them for 3 weeks, but I'd have them, Jeffrey, but I wouldn't have Haaland if I was on a wildcard. But I think I would have Alvarez. I was saying on, I think it was the experts video, that I think having a front 8 is going to be useful for the next, I think we've got 3 game weeks in the next 13 days. I think that's going to come in handy because there's going to be like unexpected benchings, injuries. So that was partly why I picked up Alvarez for the extra hit. Didn't work out against Palace, but overall I actually broke even on the -8, surprisingly. So I'm happy with that. It does leave me with a dilemma in Game Week 19. That is obviously the headache. I'm going to have to pick one of those front 8 to bench. So I'm not sure who that would be. Maybe Palmer. But yeah, I wouldn't have Haaland on a wildcard. Yarden says he's got Livra, Turner and Isak in the starting 11 with a void bench and only 1 free transfer. Do I need to take a -8 for all of them? He's ranked 5,000. Fair play. And he says, love you, Focal. Thanks, Yarden. Livra, Turner and Isak. It's such a hard one to answer because we're not going to get the press conference from Eddie Howe until after the deadline. So we actually don't know Isak's availability. That's the problem. Like Turner's okay, at least he should play. I suppose Nuno's come in, so we don't actually know who his preferred keeper would be. But Turner started the last couple, I think. If you don't have Watkins, I think it's a priority transfer this week. I'd sell Isak for Watkins. I'd also consider doing Isak to Solanke. I just don't like the uncertainty on Isak, to be honest with you. Livra, I think, is fine for another week. Just leave him in. Yeah, I'd look to sell Isak to Solanke or Watkins. Watkins is priority this week. If you haven't got Watkins, I highly recommend that everyone focuses their transfer on him because it's such a good fixture. He's top of the clean sheet odds, top of the projections. Everything points towards Watkins being the one to have. The one to captain, arguably. In fact, let's do a captain poll. Let's get some votes in on a captain poll. See if anyone's not on Captain Watkins. Who's your captain for Game Week 18? So we'll have Son in there, we'll have Salah, we'll have Watkins and other. Message in chat if you vote for other. So that's what I would do, Yarden. I think I'd get rid of Isak. Yeah, because it saves you the headache, you know. Solanke, he's playing really well right now. He's playing a different role to he used to. He used to kind of play like a Jesus sort of role, kind of linking up playing a bit deeper, but he's kind of the spear of their attack now. I think he's top in the league over the last 4 game weeks for expected goals as well. HF says, should I put in a Fulham player? If so, what one? I'm not keen on Fulham personally. I know they're scoring quite freely at the moment, but I'm not keen on Fulham. I think there's better options from better teams. I get it though, they've got a good fixture. I don't know who I'd get though, like Willian or Iwobi, but I personally wouldn't go there. Sanchez says, start 2 out of Lascelles, Livra, Taylor, Nunez. Love from India. So I'd start... I don't know if I'd start Taylor. I'd start Lascelles. You have to start Lascelles, Liver and Nunez, to be honest with you, and just hope that Nunez starts. I don't see Taylor keeping a clean sheet. FCH Sean with the 5 gifted memberships. Thanks very much for that, Sean. Let's spam the focal thumb emojis in the chat. There we go. Thanks for that, Sean. If you got one of those from Sean, make sure you thank him. Thanks for your support there, Sean. Northbank Gooner says Darwin to Watkins. Absolutely. That's a no-brainer. I think that's the most no-brainer transfer you'll have all season to make. Yeah, as I say, he's got to be a priority transfer this week if you haven't got him. I mean, look at the captain poll results. 73% Watkins, 13% Son, 8% Salah, 6% other. It's going to murder your rank if you don't have Watkins and he hauls. I mean, look at the goal score odds here. Is Bailey a good pick? I probably wouldn't transfer him in just because he's a slight doubt. I think he's a good pick. He's like a good price, but maybe not this week just because he's a doubt whether he starts or not. Is Johnson fit? I believe he is, yeah. It was he went off with a concussion substitute. Concussion protocol is 6 days, and it is close. I think it's been 7 days or 8 days. So I imagine he's fine, yeah. I'd imagine he starts. Kay, thanks for the super chat. It says, hi Focal, I've got Lascelles, Share, Maguire, Taylor, Gabriel, 1 free transfer. Any suggestions? Transfer Share or Maguire out and bring in who out of Konsa, Porro, Trippier and Trent? Oh, good question. It's between Porro and Trent, I would say. Yeah, you sell Share because he's injured, I believe. I believe he's still out injured. But it's between Porro and Trent, basically. I suppose you go Porro this week, and I'm guessing because it's not much money extra required for Share to Porro. You still have the option to go Trent in 19, right? So then you could consider that. See if you can do that move in 19. I think Porro makes sense this week, and then Trent in 19 before Burnley. Even if it takes 2 moves from -4, I think Trent's just going to be worth it. Because we're going to lose Salah and Son soon, so we're going to have so much money in the bank, and like, where do you even spend it? So I think Trent actually makes a lot of sense. Until before Haaland's injury, like, it made no sense, Trent. Well, maybe that's harsh. Like, he did make sense depending on your team setup, but it was very, very hard to pick Trent if you had the likes of Watkins, Salah, Son, Saka. They eat up so much budget. I think I'd go Pedro Porro first, and then Trent 19 if you can. If not, just get Pedro Porro. Do I keep Kudus if I have him already? Yeah, keep him until game week 20. After game week 20, he leaves for the AFCON. I wonder if I can still find it. I've got a table of players that leave for AFCON and the Asian Cup. I think I can dig out. Where would it be? Maybe not. Yeah, that would have been a good graphic actually to use in the stream. Can I remember what video I used that graphic on? Was it the final team decisions one? Yeah, it is a very good graphic because I've basically put all the key players that are going to be leaving for AFCON and the Asian Cup. I'll find it really quickly and take a screenshot of it, and then I'll show you guys. It's worth being aware of. Let me mute it, otherwise I'll hear myself saying welcome back for another video. Alright, where is it? Not there, not there. Oh, it's the experts video, wasn't it? Not that one. So, videos. There it is. Screenshot of that. Alright, got it. We're good. Oh, is it frozen? There we go. There we go. So this is the players that are going to be leaving for AFCON and the Asian Cup. So this probably affects everyone's teams, I imagine. Even just like if it's Salah and Son. But a lot of people have got other players involved here, like Kudus, Adingra. There's questions about Adingra earlier. Mitoma and Nana. That's Man United's and Nana. So they'll lose their #1 goalie. Hwang's going to be gone. Jackson's an interesting one. We could get Nkunku coming back in at the right time there. It could be nailed. So yeah, that's something to be aware of. Those are the players going to AFCON and the Asian Cup. How many players do you guys have leaving in your FPL teams For me, it's just Salah and Son, actually. So I'm not too heavily affected. Anyone got more than 2? Afternoon, Monkey. How we doing? Pings on Palmer captaincy. Fair play. That's a bold one. Ash, thanks for the 5 months. Ash says Trent in for Simicast for a hit. Not for a hit. It is an upgrade, but it's a little bit sideways because it's a defender from the same team. So I don't think I'd do that for a hit, Ash. I would just do that in 19. Espen's just got 1. Dean's got 4. Flandy's got 2. Luke's got 3. So yeah, that's something to be aware of. That's the players leaving for AFCON and the Asian Cup. And in terms of when they return, it depends on how far they go in those cups. So it could be as late as 25, Game Week 25 or 26. Or it could be as early as Game Week 21 or 22. So it really depends on how deep they go in those cups. Good to have so many tuned in already. We've got about 2,000 here. So if you're enjoying this stream so far, make sure you hit like on it and subscribe. I do these streams every deadline and FPL content during the week. So hit subscribe, get involved in chat. Turbocharged Gaming, how we doing? It says start Raya or Turner. Oh, that's close. I think I'd start Raya. Let's have a look at the clean sheet odds. It's pretty close. Forest 25%, Arsenal 22%. I think both concede, to be honest with you, but maybe Arsenal, maybe start Raya. Just because of how ridiculous Arsenal's defence has been. Like, if you take out that crazy Luton game where they conceded 3, they've conceded 4 games in the other 16 game weeks. I think I'd just edge it. I mean, I'm starting Saliba. I'm taking a chance on the Arsenal defence coming in clutch, so I'm starting Saliba this week. It's not ideal. Is anyone else in the same position where you're having to play Arsenal or Liverpool defenders when you've also got attackers from the opposite teams? Like, I've got Saka versus Trent. I've got Salah versus Saliba. It's not ideal. Is Odegaard a good replacement for He-Chan? You know what? When you take Salah and Son out of the equation, it's like, what midfielders do we actually go to? And there's no standouts. Like, there's Richarlison, Odegaard, and Bowen. It's pretty much just those 3. So I think there's an opportunity to move early for someone like Odegaard. I think Odegaard's a good pick. I like Bowen as well. I haven't decided which way I'm going to go yet. I'll wait till Game Week 21 before I start selling Salah and Son. But yeah, I think Odegaard's good. Goose says, King Focal. He's already taken a -8, fixing issues and sorting out getting Watkins in. Still a weak bench. Would you start Taylor, Trusty, or Mubama? Bloody hell. Taylor. Yeah, it has to be Taylor. I'll start Taylor, Goose. I mean, Trusty playing against Villa. Mubama won't start. AJ Lewis says he's got Watkins and Nkunku with Watkins triple captain. Triple captain Watkins. Also, Porro over Simicast already on the -4. If you mean start Porro over Simicast, definitely. I wouldn't take a -4, I don't think, for that. I don't think I'd take a -4. I'd just start Simicast. I expect Simicast to start. He came off early in the League Cup. And Nkunku, that's an interesting one. Yeah, I might consider him in a few weeks, but I don't know if I'll end up going there because I've got a front 3 I'm happy with. And one of them's going to have to make way for Haaland, so I don't think I'll have any opportunity to consider Nkunku, even if he starts and he's smashing it, you know. And we do know Jackson goes for AFCON, so yeah, that's a factor. I wouldn't take a -4 for Porro. Ash, thanks for the super chat. It says, happy Thursday, Little Friday Oscar. Thanks very much, Ash. Appreciate that. Thanks for your support and all the comments you leave on my videos. Another Oscar. Oscar with a super chat. That's not me super chatting myself. Oscar says, play Saliba or Trent. I would start Trent. Yeah, start Trent there, 100%. Similar clean sheet odds, but Trent's just so attacking right now. I mean, no player has scored more points than Trent over the last 6. I mean, look at his recent points. 9, 4, 12, 13, 8 and 7. I know, so I sold Maguire for Trent, and I know it's not an ideal entry point before Arsenal at home. But the alternative was to buy Konsa now and then buy Trent in 19, but that's 2 transfers, so I'd like to roll in 19, and then I can make a call on Haaland if he's back. Oscar thinking he's slick on his alt account. I know. I logged into the wrong one to super chat myself. That reminds me. Yeah, so YouTube have added this thing where I can gift 5 memberships. So let me work out how to do that. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to drop 5 gifted... Maybe I should work out a way to... Okay, I've got an idea. We're going to play a game. And if anyone guesses it correctly, then I'll drop 5 gifted memberships in the chat. You've got to name the player that got this haul. So this is a player who scored 26 points. Someone needs to name the player and the season they did it. Not just the player, I need the season as well. If someone can guess it, I'll drop 5 gifted memberships in the chat. So I need the name of the player and the season they got this score. Name of the player and the season. No one's got it yet. Oh. Someone got it. Let me scroll up and see who that was. Who was it? Steve got it. Did anyone else get it? Might have just been... Steve's coming clutch here. So I'm definitely gifting 5 memberships. Flash got it as well. A lot of you got the name. Some of you got the season wrong. Isaac got it as well, but the wrong game week. But I respect trying to guess the game week as well. The answer was Sadio Mane. He scored 26 points in the 21-22 season. It was double game week 35 he did that. So shout out to Steve and Flash and anyone else who got that. There we go. Let's see if that works. Who got the gifted? Oh, that's cool. It says fplfocal gifted 5 memberships. So Marcus got 1. Matu's got 1. Ramzinho got 1. Apubo got 1. Who got the last one? That's 4, isn't it? I've been scammed. YouTube just scammed me. Was that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yo, that's 4, isn't it? Unbelievable. What the hell? Did I miss someone? It is 5. Okay. I only showed 4 on my screen. There we go. So, yeah, that's the... we'll play that game again later. I've got one more to do. Anyway. If you appreciate the 5 gifted, then subscribe. How about that? I'll do another 5 gifted on the next stream as well. The Game Week 19 stream. On Boxing Day. Only 5 days away. Mark got it. Okay, fair play. So... Turbocharged Gaming. It says, not ideal. Raya Saliba, Gabriel, Simicas. And he's given his ID as well. Let's quickly have a look at your team. So you're asking for transfer suggestions and what to do here. Oh, he did pretty well last week. 75. Fair play. So Solanke comes in. How much you got in the bank? 9.4. What the hell? 9.4 in the bank. I would do Cabore to Pedro Porro, I think. And then you can bench Gabriel. So you start Lascelles, you start Pedro Porro, and then you start probably one of Saliba or Simicas. That's what I would do. Kieran asked for the clean sheet odds. Yeah, I'll pull those up quickly. Sadio Mane 21-23 season. You're a bit late, Joshua, and wrong season. I guess you meant 22. That is right. Chuka says, what's good, Oscar? What are your thoughts on buying Wilson or Nkunku? Nkunku's a wait and see for me. Like, I don't think I'd get him just yet. I want to see him starting regularly before I consider him. Maybe after Jackson goes to AFCON. And Wilson, the problem with the Newcastle striker is that Wilson is injury prone, and also House got Isaac, so I feel like he's a rotation risk, so I wouldn't go there. Especially when the schedule's this busy. You want nailed players, as many as you can get. So I wouldn't be bringing in... I know Wilson could smash it during the next 2. So if you fancy the risk, do it, but I personally swerve those kind of risks myself. I wouldn't be surprised if he misses one of the next 2. I'll put it that way. Non-slip, what's the amazing background music you've got on? This song is Notice Me by Harris Heller. Copyright free music. JD says, FPL Bin, how's it going? Very well, thanks. How you doing? So if anyone's tuning in late, I sold Maguire for Trent. That was the transfer I made. I had a lot of money in the bank, so I just went for it. Not ideal, obviously, this week with Arsenal, but I want Trent. I think I can have him pretty long term. Because obviously after Salah and Son go to AFCON, I'll redistribute their money towards getting Haaland back. So although he's very expensive, like 8.2 is crazy. By far the most he's ever cost. I just think it's probably worth it. Even with the mixed bag of fixtures. Like, where else am I going to spend the money? You know, where are we going to spend the money once Salah and Son go? If I downgrade Salah to a cheaper mid, I can upgrade any of those forwards to Haaland, and I'll still have loads of money left, and I have to sell Son. So I just think Trent actually makes a lot of money. A lot of money? It makes a lot of sense. Who gets full bonus in the Liverpool game? You reckon it's Salah? Right, let's end that captain poll. Any more poll ideas? We'll do, how about... How many transfers are you making this week? Rolling 1, 2, or 3 plus. I guess if you're on a wild card or if you're on a -8, or maybe -4 if you've got 2 free transfers. Keep your questions coming. Should I start Senesi or Gabriel? Senesi. A poll on the Super League. Who's the best change for Haaland? Watkins if you haven't got him. Beyond that, Solanke. Or if you get a replacement next game week, game week 19, then I'd say Alvarez. But we don't know exactly when Haaland's back. What we do know is that Haaland was absent from Man City's pre-Club World Cup final training session following their withdrawal from the 23-man squad list. De Bruyne was present, but De Bruyne not involved at all, and he withdrew from the squad list. So my gut feeling, as I've said for the last few streams, is we don't see Haaland till maybe the new year now. Maybe Game Week 21. Anna, thanks for the super chat. Is Jesus a buy soon? I think I'd put him after Watkins and Solanke, and probably Alvarez as well. I know this week Alvarez blanks. Dusty says, how do I stop taking hits? Make your one transfer and then get someone to change your password and let them give it to you after the deadline. My earpods have just gone weird. That's weird. Kabore or Archer? Archer. Right, let's have a look at the scout selection for Game Week 18. Here's who they've gone for. Let us know in chat. How many players have you got from the scout selection this week? They've got Martinez in goal. They've got Trent, Trippier and Pedro Porro back three. Who said big at the back was dead? Look at that back three. Trent, Trippier, Pedro Porro. They've got Salah captain. They've got Son, Kudus, Bailey, Palmer, Watkins and Solanke. How many have you got? So I've got Watkins, Solanke, Salah, Son, Palmer. I've actually got quite a few. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 7 this week. Can anyone beat 7? Dominic's got 7. Dean's got 6. Jeff's got 5. John's got 7. Arteta's son in the chat. He's got 5. Sam Chapman's got 7. Anna, thanks for the super chat. Asks Kulu or Richarlison. I think Richarlison if I had to pick between the two. Playing as a striker again. Son playing on the left recently. You know, he's going to be their main source of goals, especially after Son leaves for the Asian Cup. So I think Richarlison makes a lot of sense. Let me just reply to this message. Right, sorry, let me get back to the team. Senesi or Burn? Burn. Play Lascelles or Gabriel? Lascelles. Best keeper to get for the short term? Neto maybe? I mean, how short term? Okay, so I just got a message and I was messaging them back to ask if I could share it. And I'll just tell you what it said. I asked them earlier about Gordon and the other Newcastle players. So this isn't confirmed 100%. This is their opinion. And they said Isak, Gordon and Cher are all 90% out for tomorrow's game, barring late checks. So they said it's not 100%, but it could be worth acting on. So that might be the most news we'll get concerning those players. So Isak, Gordon and Cher, 90% out. So now I need to think about what to do with Gordon. But hang on, so they also said back for Forest. So I think I'm going to keep him, but I'm going to have to get Simicast off my bench and hope that no one else misses out. Anyway, that was 90% they said. So not 100%, but it could be worth acting on if you're in a position to act on that. But I think, yeah, I'm going to keep Gordon because he's got Forest home in Gameweek 19. That's a really nice fixture. I don't know if it's worth a -4. Yeah, it could be Simicast off my bench this week. Take a hit to sell Darwin. Depends if you've got Watkins or not. I think if you don't have Watkins, do it. Otherwise, probably not worth a hit. Oh yeah, so the poll was how many transfers are you making this game week? 20-30% are rolling, 49% making 1, 21% spending 2 transfers, and 8% 3 or more for hits or active wildcards. We'll do a wildcard poll. Do you still have your wildcard? If I hear anything else on the Newcastle guys, I'll let you know, but I reckon that's all we're going to get. So they said Cher, Isak and Gordon 90% out, 90%. It's not 100% guaranteed, but make of that what you will. Should I take a hit for Richarlison? It's a difficult one. I think I'm probably going to keep hold of him because they expect he'll be back for Forest and he's not 100% guaranteed missing out. So I think in that circumstance it probably is worth holding, and I'll get Simicast off the bench if he misses out, which sounds likely. And it sounds like Isak and Cher are almost certain to miss out as well. Does anyone ever tell you resemble Cole Palmer? I have been told that before. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I don't know if I've still got that graphic. I don't think I look like him. Do you think I look like Palmer? So Lascelles likely to start. Yeah, so hang on. So what are the ramifications of that? So I guess it would be Lascelles and Botman centre back, and then it'd be Burn or Livramento left back, and then Trippier right back. Or, you know, like Trippier's really been struggling lately. As I said in the videos this week, I think the last 5 games that he's been involved in, he's played a major part in them losing or conceding goals. There was 2 against Everton. There was the Spurs game where he was slow to react. There was the Milan game. And then obviously in the League Cup as well against Chelsea. The weak header back to Dubravka, which Mudryk pounced on and scored. So, and then he missed his penalty. So like he's having a nightmare recently. So maybe like Howe sees the light and gives him a rest, which I think he desperately needs. And that's why I ultimately decided to get Trent over Trippier. Oh, sorry, I missed a super chat. Brian, thanks for the super chat. He says Udogie and Isak to Solanke and Trent for -4. Oh, I like that. Those are 2 good moves. I think I would do that, Brian. I'm pretty sure you'll get that hit repaid. Yeah. Like Udogie, is he suspended this week? Is Udogie suspended? Is that right? No. Is he? Yeah, he is. Yeah, definitely do that. Those are two very good moves. I'd say an upgrade in both departments. Yeah, do it, Brian. That's a nice couple of moves there. Oh, our stream's freezing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are we still alive? Can you still hear me? My browser's frozen. Oh, this is not good. This has never happened before. Can you still hear me? I can see it on OBS. I can see chat, but... Oh no. What do I do here? The stream is fine, but my browser's frozen. Oh. What do I do here? Do I just close the browser and reopen it? You can see me. I can see you as well. I can see you in OBS. I can see the chat box, but everything else is frozen. Okay, I think I know the solution. I think I'll have to whip out Task Manager, kill my browser, open it again, and then we're back. Hang on. But I need to put it in the right one, because otherwise you'll see the wrong window. Okay, hang on. So if I open this, let me just check. Yeah, it's... Oh my days. Okay, hang on. Have I got a little... I think I can just whip this open. Oh. That's no good. I need like a temporary slide to put it onto. What should I put it on? The intro. Does that work? Oh, now you've got the intro. But you can still hear me, can't you? Okay, give me a second. Alright, end task. Open that. Restore session. Oh, this is an absolute nightmare. I've lost everything. Oh, this is an absolute nightmare. I hope you can still hear me. Restore. Oh, it's not even got the previous browser session. I've lost everything. I've got nothing left. Okay, hang on. Oh, you can see that? Okay, you can see the wrong one. What am I even streaming right now? What is going on? Is anyone good with IT support? Hang on. Firefox. I need to change the window. Pick your FPL team. That one. No, that one. Please. Yeah, are we back? Oh my god. I've literally lost everything, everything I had open and prepared for this stream. We're gonna have to just do it like straight up, off the cuff FPL. Thank you for sticking around. Oh my god. John says, as an ex-IT guy panicking. I know, I used to work in IT as well. Is the stream still alive? Let me refresh that. Okay, sorry about that. I think we're back. I just have So before I go live, I literally put together like 20 tabs and I label every single tab so I can hop between and like go to stuff I need to talk to or whatever. But it's crashed and I've lost everything. So we're just going to have to talk pure FPL. Nothing to hop between. Andy in the chat. Gordon, what are you doing in my stream, Andy? Aren't you live? I can repeat what I said earlier about Gordon. Hang on. Let me pull up the message. Hang on. Whoa, let me make sure I'm on the right screen. Oh man, it might be even worse, so I just leaked my WhatsApp. Andy, I'm having a nightmare on this stream. My browser crashed and I've lost absolutely everything I had open. Right, hang on. So they said Isaac, Gordon and Cher 90% out for tomorrow, barring late checks. Back for Forest. And they said, again, this is 90%, not 100%, but it's worth acting on. So based on that, I feel like there's a fair chance we don't see Gordon. But that's all they said. I've already made a transfer. If you're still here, Andy, so like I'm just going to leave Gordon in. I don't think I'm going to take a -4. Yeah, I tried that, Flandy. I've lost everything. I've lost everything. All my browser windows are gone. Thanks, Andy. Hope you're having a good stream as well. Thanks for swinging by. Hopefully that helps with the Gordon a bit. But yeah, I'm holding him. Right. So yeah, let's check the poll results. Do you still have your wildcard? 84% have used it. 16% still have... 16%? That's higher than I thought. Alan says, Diaby or Bailey? Wilson has cover for Newcastle. I would go... If I had to pick one, I'd say Bailey, but he's maybe a slight doubt. That's the annoying thing. But yeah, I'd say Bailey, but if I had to pick one. But I don't know if I'd go for either, personally. And the same with Wilson. Like, I suppose, like with that Isak news, that we know Wilson's going to play this week, but we don't know if he's going to start against Forest. So I just think, what's the point in buying someone who's like such a rotation risk? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's every chance, based on that message, like Isak could be back for Game Week 19. So then it could be Isak who starts, Wilson on the bench. You know, if Gordon's also expected back, then if he does miss this game, then it could be Gordon left wing, Isak striker, Wilson on the bench. So I just think it's not worth it. I don't mind the Bailey punt, but again, it's just a bit of a rotation risk. Eze for Taylor. Hang on, Eze for Taylor. Are you winding me up? Is there a mid called Taylor? What a train wreck this stream has been. Like, Taylor's it. There's only one Taylor. Eze for Taylor. I wouldn't buy Taylor. Eze. I think there's better mids. Like, I'd rather have Bailey, and you know, I'm not sure if I'd buy Bailey myself, but I'd much rather have Bailey. Porro or Kulu? Porro. Mason. I did that one. So yeah, hopefully you got the Gordon news there, Garyon. If not, let me know. Andreas says, Isak, Darwin and Kudus to Watkins, Nkunku and Iwobi from -4. Is there any chance Iwobi plays as striker and Raul suspension? I suppose it could be Vinicius, right? Isak and Darwin to Kudus. Isak, Darwin and Kudus to Watkins. I wouldn't get Nkunku. I don't think I'd get Iwobi either. Yeah, I wouldn't buy Nkunku. I'd much rather have Watkins, Solanke over Nkunku. Like, he hasn't even started a game yet for Chelsea. It's too soon. Shut up, Teddy. Yeah, I think you've got the right moves in mind. So Watkins, so Watkins and Nkunku. So I'd get Watkins and Solanke. I wouldn't buy Nkunku. And I don't know why he'd sell Kudus. Like, I know he's going to AFCON in a few weeks, but he's great. He's an absolute hold for now. So I'll just sell Isak and Darwin. You don't need to take a -4. FC8 Sean, thanks for the 5 gifted as well. Thanks very much for that, Sean. Thanks for your support this stream, Sean. Appreciate that. Thank you. And thanks for bearing with me with the technical issues. Oblivious says bench 2 out of Simicast, Saliba, Gabriel and Taylor. I'd bench Gabriel and Taylor, I think. Yeah, I think you'd just hedge your bets a bit. Makes sense to start one from each team. It's not ideal, but it's just one of those weeks. Like, so many of us are in the same position. Getting loads of messages now. Let me quickly reply to one. Right. Backar's here, is he? Welcome to the stream, big man. Alright, so the Gordon news again. They said... let me just pull it up and read it word for word. Isak, Gordon and Cher 90% out for tomorrow's game, barring late checks. So I'm not going to tweet this because it's just like... It's just going to wind people up because then it's like, oh, you're sitting on the fence. But this is what I've just been told. And they said, again, it's 90%, not 100%, but they said it's worth acting on. And obviously it's team dependent. Like, I'm probably not going to act on it because it's a -4 for me. And they said those players have a good chance of being back for Forest. So if Tsimikas comes off the bench, so be it. Anurag says Darwin and Gordon to Solanke and Richarlison from -4. I like the Solanke move. It really depends on who comes off your bench if Gordon doesn't play. And we can probably assume he doesn't, based on that 90%. But I think it's fine for a -4 if you've got a bench that's, you know, non-existent. Otherwise, I'd probably avoid the -4. Maybe I can put together the graphics again on the fly. We were going to do... oops. We were going to do Kings of the Gameweek. I can still take a screenshot of that and do it again. Get your guesses in the chat. Who's going to be the king of Gameweek 18? Only a couple of you got it last week. It was Kudus who got 16 points. So get your guesses in. Who's going to be the king this game week? Meanwhile, I'm going to take a quick look at Kano's team. Thanks for the super chat, Kano. And we'll check back next week to see if anyone gets it correct or not. Yeah, only a couple guessed Kudus last week. So Kano says Porro for Taylor, who starts. So it's between Tsimikas and Saliba. No, you can play Colwill, Lascelles and Pedro Porro. So you bench Tsimikas and Saliba. That's what I would do. Modes reckons Trent. Dag reckons Porro. Cunha, Watkins, Cash. Oh, imagine if it's Cash. FCH Sean says Martinelli. Brennan Johnson, Watkins, Andreas. Yeah, for anyone joining late, my stream crashed. Sod's Law, literally while during the stream it crashed. So I've lost all my windows. I've lost every tab. So I'm kind of trying to piece together some screenshots on the fly again, just so we've got a few talking points. I don't know if you can hear the window sounds, but that's me taking screenshots as well. So sorry about that. I did want to pull up the projected points, just to drill home the point about Watkins this week and how he should be a priority transfer, to be honest with you. JB, thanks for the super chat. He says, need to sell one for an 11. Bulldog, Lascelles, Udogi, Saliba and Share. Share for Porro leaves 0.1 mil short for Haaland next week. Villa defender. Risky, but Man United leaves enough in the bank. Wildcard in Game Week 20. Oh, if you wildcard in Game Week 20, then you absolutely go for the highest upside player, which is Pedro Porro. So, yeah, Share to Pedro Porro. That's definitely what I'd do, JB. Thanks for the super chat. Makes perfect sense, that move. And I'm jealous you still got your wildcard as well. I feel like that's going to be a big edge in 20, especially if Haaland's back. You don't need to worry about money left in the bank if you're going to wildcard anyway. It's irrelevant, isn't it? Because you can wildcard. Oblivious says, based on Gordon, would you roll the free transfer or swap to Douglas Luiz? That's a good question. Again, it depends on who comes off your bench. I think Douglas Luiz makes a lot of sense. Sorry, Emery. I'll dig that up. It was chaos earlier when the stream crashed. Yeah, I think Douglas Luiz is a good replacement for Gordon. He's not 100% out, remember. They said 90%. But yeah, it does make a lot of sense to sell if you've got like a non-existent bench to auto-sub on. I mean, it's not ideal in my case with Tsimikas, but I think I'm just going to leave it because at least you get Forest home from him. Yeah, I think Douglas Luiz is good. Would I make that move? I probably would. Yeah, I probably would if you've got no one good to come off your bench. Let me find Emery's message. I can't even see it here, Emery. Are you sure you sent it? There's only one here. I don't think it's sent. I've just looked through the whole log. Kano says, in what order to you, Tsimikas and Saliba? I've started Saliba. To be honest, I think both teams concede, but I've started Saliba and I've benched Tsimikas. It is close. Like, Tsimikas came off early in the League Cup, so I'm pretty confident he'll start. And he does have the attacking upside, but in my case, I do have Trent as well, so I'm kind of just hedging my bets. To be honest, both teams probably concede. Mohit says, can you help me with my transfer? My team's here. Sent his ID. He's got Gordon and Cher with a weak bench. Who should I get? And he says, you don't have to take a -4. Okay, let's have a quick look at that. So you got Gordon and Cher. Yeah. You got Pedro Porro. You could do Cher to Konsa. I think that makes a lot of sense for you. So Solanke comes back in. How many free transfers have you got? Just one, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I would do Cher to Konsa. I don't think I'd take a -4. I mean, that's up to you. There are players like Douglas Luiz, or you got 8.9 mil in the bank, so you could go to someone like Saka, I suppose. Yeah, that's probably worth it actually. Konsa and Saka for -4. The hit for Saka's optional, I'd say, but I think that makes a lot of sense. Definitely, I'd get Konsa for Cher. Right, these are the projected points for game week 18. They do have Watkins top. So yeah, as I said earlier in the stream, like if you haven't got Watkins, I think he just has to be priority transfer. I would not feel comfortable going into game week 18 without Watkins, because he's going to be the most captain player. He's top of the projection. Son's in second, 6.2 points. And then it is Douglas Luiz. So going back to the questions earlier about Douglas Luiz as Gordon replacement, if you want to sell Gordon. Salah 5.3, Andreas, Richarlison, Bruno, Solanke, Martinez and Bowen up there as well. Blair says, bench is full of blankers. Already made my transfer. You've got Isaac, Ariel and Digne playing. Got 1 mil in the bank. Is there anyone I should prioritise for -4? Again, it depends on if you've got Watkins or not. I can't remember exactly how much Isaac is. Is he like 7.6? Or is he cheaper than that? You could consider Isaac to Watkins, or if you can't afford him, Solanke. Probably worth the -4. It sounds like there's a fair chance he doesn't play. Lupo says, yes, Oscar. Gone to Richarlison from -4, big ups. It's very tempting. I'm thinking about it now. Let me do a poll on that. I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'm just going to leave Gordon in, because I've got Tsimikas off the bench. I mean, I do really like Richarlison. You might have seen the radar in the experts video. He's putting up really good underlying numbers at the moment. Let me see if I can find it. Get your votes in on that poll, and maybe you think that's worth it or not. Yeah, here it is. I'm having to do everything on the fly now because I've lost all the tabs I had open. So that was the that's from FPL_radar on Twitter, and it shows how good he's been in terms of XG and shots, and also touches in the box. And obviously you get the clean sheet points as well, and he's playing out of position as striker. Absolutely not a midfielder. How much is Richarlison? Is he like 6.6? 6.7? So yeah, I think he's a really good option. I don't know if I'm going to do it for -4. I might just keep him. $6.7. Yeah, it's tempting. Oh, last minute dilemmas. I might just leave it, and then Tsimikas comes off the bench if he doesn't play. I'll do my best. With all these IDs that you send me, it's difficult, guys, because I have to open up in another tab and change the IDs. It's easier if you just ask the question in chat than me hopping around in the other windows, while also trying to keep the stream entertained. So he says, what I do with your opinion, 8 mil, 1 free transfer. So your midfield's really nice. I think I would do Kabore to Trent. Yeah, I'll do that. Kabore to Trent. I mean, in Nkunku, I think you've gone a bit early on him, but I'd say you start him just in case he starts, because you've got Alvarez who won't play. And Pinnock who won't play, so you have to play him. Yeah, I would just do yeah, Kabore to Trent there. Getting so many messages. Let me very quickly reply to this. Right, sorry about that. Keep your questions coming in, and if you're enjoying the stream so far, then make sure you're subscribed. Keep the questions coming in. Let's have a look. Hwang to Palmer from -4 or hold? Now, not from -4. I would just keep Hwang. FPL Heisenberg, how we doing? Is Simicast not playing? No, he should play. He was he came off early in the League Cup, so I imagine he starts this one. He could miss Burnley, annoyingly, for us Simicast owners. I wouldn't be surprised if he does get benched for that one. Maybe Gomez comes in at left back. But I imagine because of the early substitution, I think he probably starts against Arsenal. I'm just hedging my bets, really. I'm starting Saliba and Trent rather than going all in on a Liverpool clean sheet. And as we know, like Arsenal's defence this season is just ridiculous. They're comfortably top for expected goals conceded. Outside of that Luton game, they've conceded 4 goals in 16 games, right? Ah, sorry, Brian. Udogie and Isak to Solanke and Trent from -4. Yeah, we did do that one, Brian. And I said definitely do it, unless there was one other one I missed. Oh, Arsenal's record at Anfield is shocking. Yeah. Still, I still think I'll probably start Saliba. I get what you mean, but I think I'd rather hedge my bets. It is very close. I mean, let's let me just look at, we'll do a poll on that now. Gordon to Richarlison from -4. 37% say do it. 63% say don't do it. I imagine a lot of us are in a position where we've got Simicast and then we've got Gabriel and Saliba. So let's do a poll on that. Start Simicast or an Arsenal defender. Simicast, Arsenal defender. Yeah, this will be interesting to see actually what you guys think of that one. FPL Mikkel says Gabriel or Colwell first bench. News on Gordon. Colwell first bench. The Gordon news. I mean, it's not like massive news. It's nothing concrete. But they said Gordon, Isak, and Cher 90% chance of missing out. It's going to be a late test. Let me find it again. Late checks tomorrow, so not 100%, but they said it's probably worth acting on. But obviously it's team dependent. Like, I don't think I'm going to act on it because it'd be a -4 for me. And I mean, Simicast off the bench, it's not the end of the world. I'd have to take a -4 for someone like Richarlison or Douglas Luiz, I think. I don't know if I'm comfortable doing that. And they said, you know, Gordon should be back for Forest if he misses tomorrow's game, or he misses the Luton game. So I think I'll keep Gordon. And then I might sell him after Forest. That was the news, Mikkel. Madprit says, which two should I start between Cash, Simicast, Gabriel and Gordon? My other starting defenders are Trippier and Porro. If I had Cash, I think I'd start him. Like, we know Pau Torres is out. So there's only 2 ways it goes. Option 1 is Cash comes in at right back. And then it's Konsa and Diego Carlos centre back. Or option 2 is Longley comes in, which I think could be his first start of the season for Villa. Certainly in the league anyway. And then that would mean Diego Carlos right centre back and Konsa right back. So Cash is looking a lot likelier to start than he was before that Powell injury news. So therefore I'd start Cash. I'd start Gordon as well, like just in case he makes the game. As Hal said, he's unbelievable with his recovery. His recovery times at the moment. So I'd start Gordon. Gabriel first on bench, then Simicast. Kenny says captain Richarlison or Watkins. Villa top at Christmas. It's got to be Watkins for me. I'd captain Watkins. I think he's the standout this week. It's got to be captain Watkins. John says Cash is terrible though. Yeah, I mean he was terrible when I had him. But I still think there's a good chance, like with Powell out. 63% say start Simicast. 38% say start an Arsenal defender. Do I want to go doubles a Liverpool defence though? Oscar, did you see you were cited in an article in The Athletic about stalking and tracking players, Haaland? I did see that. Someone linked it in the members chat just now. I had a look before we went live. I actually left a comment on the article as well. Yeah, it was very funny. I didn't expect to ever be in an Athletic article. But yeah, I did enjoy that. If anyone's not aware, I've got a website, fpl.page, where there's loads of stuff on it. It's all completely free. It won't all fit on the screen, but there's stuff like bonus points, top 10k stats, price changes, fixture ticker, so you can do, you know, sort by the next 8 game weeks. There's expected data, so you can say like which forwards have got the best expected goals over the last 6 game weeks. Look, Solanke's second after Haaland over the last 6. That's crazy. Yeah, and there's like the Players League as well, which follows the moves that Premier League players that play FPL do. Ekdal's 48k, James Justin is 91k, Fabian Schär 126k. Anyway, fpl.page if you want to check it out, completely free. Anyway, I'm rambling. I think I missed a super chat from FPL1. Where was that? So he's already done Darwin to Watkins. Is any of Hwang, Palmer, Gordon to Richarlison, Maguire to Konsa worth of 4-point hit? What game week to bring Haaland back? I think you just react accordingly when Haaland is expected back. I don't know if it's going to be 20 or later than that. It could be 21. You just have to wait and see for now. If it's 20, I'll sell Salah. If it's 21, then perfect. I'll sell Salah when he goes to AFCON and sell Son as well, and then buy Haaland. Yeah, I don't know if I'd do a -4 for Palmer or Richarlison. It depends who's on your bench if Gordon misses out, though. I think Gordon to Richarlison's okay if you've got a non-existent bench. Like, if Maguire's coming off your bench, then you do it, because Maguire won't play, because he's injured. I think I did that one, yeah. Manprit, which two should I start between Cash, Simicast, Gabriel and Gordon? My other starting defenders are oh, I did that one, sorry. Kenny says, Captain, I did that one as well. Max says, any Isak or Gordon news? Maybe Isak to Wilson. I don't think I'd go Isak to Wilson. What I was told, and it's not concrete, they said Isak, Gordon and Schär 90% out for tomorrow, barring late checks. And he said, again, it's not 90%. Again, it's 90%, not 100%. But it could be worth acting on. But I don't think I'd do Isak to Wilson. We were talking about Wilson earlier, and the problem is, if Isak's back for Forest, which they said is, you know, there's a fair chance of happening, then Wilson might not start the one after. So I don't see the appeal in buying a rotation risk. Yeah, I mean, they're very likely out. I'm probably going to get Simicast off my bench. I need to decide between... I think I'm going to put... I'll probably get Simicast anyway. Should reply to this very quick. There's another tweet here that's got Gordon with a check mark, so who knows? I don't know if they're reliable. They've only got 3,800 followers, so they could just be making it up. Right. I need to not send messages during streams. Sorry about that. Poll idea, Christmas dinner preferences. What would the options be? Turkey, stuffing. You know what, actually, while I'm drinking a tea during the stream, let's do a poll, tea or coffee. A rare, non-FPL poll. It's the ultimate one, tea or coffee. Thanks for the super chat. Danny says, any tips? Do Corey to Richarlison? I'm definitely doing for a free transfer. Do I do Maguire to Trent and Nunez to a 5.3 mil forward from -8? Nah, there's none for 5.3 mil. There's absolutely none. Like, I wouldn't get Archer, Semenyo. I can't think of any others. I think Cunha's like 5'6", so I wouldn't. Yeah. No, I wouldn't do that. I would just do the one move. That's all I would do, Danny. I wouldn't, because it's not worth it. There's no 5.3 mil forwards. If there was, then it'd be worth considering, but I wouldn't do it otherwise. I mean, if you have to sell Maguire and you can't afford Trent, then I'd say someone like Conte makes a lot of sense. Or Pedro Porro. Probably even better, actually. Pedro Porro's been taking the set pieces and corners in Maddison's absence. So I think Pedro Porro is one of the best value defenders right now. I think he's got 6 assists this season. Yeah, 6 assists. And he's due a goal. Came very close against Forest. John F says, 1 free transfer, 8.2 mil in the bank. Do I take a chance of Ariel and Turner? If not, for who? Also have Gordon and Darwin uncertainty and Gabriel and Archer on the bench. Take a hit. If you don't have Watkins, then Darwin to Watkins is just an absolute no-brainer. Yeah, it really depends on who you've got on your bench. Sorry, I'm getting so many messages. To answer that one I just got, no, it's not from them, it's from someone else. Yeah, I don't think it's worth a hit in goal. I'd rather spend a transfer outfield. Like, Turner probably starts. He started the last couple. We don't know who Nuno's favourite keeper will be. I would be surprised if Areola plays now after conceding 5 in the League Cup. Come on then. Long time no see with Teddy. Don't know if you can see him. Yeah, if you haven't got Watkins, then I'll do Darwin to Watkins. I think that's the absolute obvious move. Or even Archer to Watkins. I'm thinking of doing Taylor to Trippier. My ID is 57118. Okay, let's have a look at that. The concern I've got with Trippier is, as I was saying earlier, he's had an absolute nightmare recently. Like, there was the 2 goals against Everton that were his fault. Against Spurs, he made a mistake or he slipped and Son pounced on it. The Milan game, I think he slipped there and they scored. And then against Chelsea, the weak header back to Dubravka. And then he missed his penalty. I'm just not sure about Trippier now. I was actually looking at buying him, but in the end I've gone for Trent. And I think I prefer Trent to Trippier now. So if you haven't got Trent, I would just do that, Jason. Eddie S says, Powell and Gordon to Trent and Bowen for -4. Yeah, I like that. That's probably worth a -4. I mean, it's not guaranteed that Gordon's out. For everyone that's tuning in late, the message I got said Gordon, Isak and Shed 90% out. So not guaranteed. There's going to be like a late fitness test, but 90% out. It should be back for Forest. So like that's why I haven't bothered tweeting it, because it's not concrete. And people will just say, oh, you're sitting on the fence and all that. But that was genuinely the message I got. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gordon misses out. So I think Trent and Bowen from -4 is good, actually. I like those moves. Yeah, I'll do that, ADS. Areola to Petrovic. I don't think I'd go for Petrovic. I suppose you get a good fixture run out of him, but then it's another problem further down the line once Sanchez is back. Like, what's Sanchez's return looking like? End of January. So you're getting like 6 weeks out of him. I suppose it could be worth it because like he's got some good fixtures, but is that a cat? No, this is my dog. This is Teddy. He normally sits on my shoulders right here when I edit videos. Louise or Bailey? I would go Louise. By the way, did you guys see that clip from Douglas Luiz's Twitch stream? Someone asked in his stream about player availability, and he was the first one that said Pau Torres is out for Friday. And then we found out today that that is the case. But I tuned into his stream just to like check it out. And someone said, Luis, can you give the next penalty to Watkins? And he answered it. He was like, yes, I can give the next penalty to Watkins. Terrible. What are the FPL community like? Start Areola or Turner? Turner. Tea or coffee? 49% tea, 51% coffee. Unbelievable. I'm having to type one-handed now as well. This is not ideal. Who is... We'll stick a captain poll up. If you vote for other, then let us know in chat who your other is. Watkins, Son. I guess Watkins, Son and Salah are the main three, aren't they? There we go. One-handed poll. Did I make any typos? No. Perfect. I have Dina Willie start. It seems a bit 50-50. I can pull up the predicted lineup from FPL Villain. If anyone's joining late, my browser crashed and I've lost absolutely everything I had open here. But we can do it on the fly, that's fine. So we go there, go there. This is the predicted lineup from FPL Villain. Give him a follow if you're not already. Really good for Villa predicted lineups and so on. He's got Dina and Cash as 50-50, so it could be Moreno in left back. And the other possibility is Longley comes in at centre back because he's left footed. Diego Carlos right centre back, and then Consa moves to right back. So I'd say Cash isn't guaranteed to start, but it's the likeliest he's going to look for a start, I'd say, given those circumstances. So if I had Cash, I think I'd just start him. Like, the top of the clean sheet odds. I think you have to start him if you got him. Right, we've got just over half an hour till the deadline. If you are enjoying this stream so far, then make sure you hit subscribe and like this stream as well to show support. Any news on Areola? None really, but he was in the League Cup lineup for West Ham. So he got a start for them, but he did concede 5. So I'll be kind of surprised if he starts now, actually. I've got a predicted lineup again for West Ham. This is from FPL Fella. And let me pull it up. Oh, that's West Brom. West Brom? West Ham. My bad. There it is. So yeah, he's actually predicted Fabianski to start. He's got Kudus up top. Bowen, obviously. It's a fairly predictable lineup. But yeah, he's gone for Fabianski in goal, actually. And I wouldn't be surprised after Areola conceding 5 to Liverpool. Is Pedro Porro a good captain? I don't think so. Like, Spurs' defence is actually pretty ropey. Like, I'm never particularly confident in a Pedro Porro clean sheet, even though the fixtures look good. There is a chance, obviously, but he got really lucky in that clean sheet he got against Forest. I mean, look at that, 1.5 XGC. In Newcastle, 1.69, 2.07, 2.64. So I wouldn't be captaining Pedro Porro, no. But, you know, he's super attacking right now. As we said earlier, he's on set pieces while Maddison's injured. So there's loads of routes to points with him. But I wouldn't say he's captain material. Put Ted in your shoulder. I don't know if he'll do it because whenever I start recording a video, he freaks out. But there we go. Go on, Ted. Oh, no. The green screen filter's blocking him out. There he is. I might have to just stroke him like that so you can see him. Or I might blur him out. No, yeah, I think Watkins is probably the best captain this week. I mean, let's pull out the projected points. This stream's an absolute mess, isn't it? There he is, though. Well done, Teddy. If only he knew how much he was loved. Richarlison or Kulusevski? I'd go Richarlison. I just think he makes more sense. He's more direct. He's playing as their striker out of position. Underlying numbers are solid. I think Kulusevski's quality as well. He's a great footballer, but he just doesn't look like as much of an FPL asset. I say that he's doing quite well recently, but I feel like he's not quite got back to that form when he first joined on loan from Juventus. Do you guys remember that? He was absolutely mint for that 6-month loan. Alright, let me tweet my team before I forget. Take a screenshot of that. I think I'm going to leave Gordon in. I don't know if it's worth a -4. Game week 18. Maguire, Alexander Arnold. What did you do this week? What transfer did you make this week? Let us know in chat. What did you do? Did you roll? Did you make a transfer? Yeah, I'm just going to leave Gordon in. It sounds like he's probably out, which is annoying. So Simicast comes off the bench, and I have to hope no one else misses out, or I'm down to 10 men. Just hit him in the face. Sorry, Ted. Teacher Steve says, Ariola to Dubravka and Szoboszlai to Palmer. Cheers, mate. Yeah, I like that. That's a good set of moves. That makes sense to me. Like, Ariola, he could come back in at some point, but I'm not sure. Sorry, it's hard to take myself seriously when I've got a chihuahua on my shoulders. Lewis says, did you use your wildcard? I did, yeah. I wildcarded. I actually did it really early. I did it in Game Week 7. Which actually has gone really well. I was 3.5 million when I used it, and I think I'm 130k now, 133k. So it's been a pretty good climb since since activating the wildcard. Oh dear. Max, thanks for the super chats. It's Happy Christmas, Oscar. Start Darwin or Eze? I start Eze. You thought it was a cat? It's a dog. It's a small dog. Oh dear. Would you captain Wilson? Nah, I really think Watkins is the standout, and then it's Son or Salah. Is Moreno safe? He's definitely not safe. Definitely not safe. Like Dina could get a game in left back at any point. Salah masterclass incoming. Free hit worth it? No, I'd definitely save the free hit. Unless your team's in really dire shape, I would save the free hit. It feels like it's pretty easy to get through this week now. Like, we did have Haaland and Bumo, all these problems, like Alvarez. But obviously Haaland's injured and Bumo's injured. It feels like it's easier to get through this week now. And there's going to be double and blank game weeks later in the season. And I think you'll be better suited to do it then. If I do Kabori to Trent, who would I bench him for? Let me have a quick look at that. Well, Pinnock doesn't play. So you'd bench Mikalenko, wouldn't you? Alvarez blanks as well, so you have no choice. Like, your starting 11 picks itself. Yeah, Alvarez and Pinnock don't play, so you'd bench Mikalenko, right? Yeah. Gabriel Simicas. Yeah, this one's really, really close. I've started Saliba. I'm in the same boat as you, and I've got Simicas on the bench. Any livery news? There's no news really. Like, he's fine. It's kind of hard to predict if he starts though, because Byrne played 45 minutes in the League Cup. So there's a chance Byrne starts in left back to match Luton's, physicality and height. Like, someone needs to man mark Adebayo on set pieces, because he's getting a lot of success recently. So I think you start him if you've got him, because there is also the potential that Trippier gets a rest, which he looks like he desperately needs at the moment. He's made so many mistakes in recent matches. He pulled out of England duty for personal reasons, and he's not looked the same since then. Chances of Botman starting. I mean, if Cher is 90% out, then I think it has to be Lascelles and Botman centre back, right? Brian says Trippier is a worry. I'm worried as well. So I think I'm going to swerve him, even though he had better fixtures in the immediate term than Trent. I've gone for Trent ultimately. So yeah, if anyone's joined late, I went Maguire to Trent. The alternative was to buy Konsa now and then Trent in 19, but that's 2 booked in transfers. So I've done that now, and I'll roll in Game Week 19. I've actually got a benching headache on my hands already, because I'm going to have to bench someone for Alvarez. Who would you bench here? Like Palmer? Would it be Palmer? I can't bench Saka, Salah, Son. Maybe Watkins or Palmer. Yeah, the message I got was Isak, Gordon and Share 90% out, but not 100%. There's going to be a late fitness test. I think that's all we're going to hear. That's all I have. Will cash deliver the cash? I wouldn't be surprised now that basically everyone has sold him. Mateta a bad rogue shout? It probably is, yeah. I don't think I'd go there. How much is Mateta? See, look, this is what he does. When I'm working on the videos that I make for you guys, he sits on my shoulders. What's on your shoulder, Oscar? That's a dog. I don't know why. My dog just loves sitting on my shoulders. It's like his favourite place to nap. So I've just come to terms with it, and this is how I work now when I make videos. So every FPL video you listen to, it probably has a chihuahua on my shoulders. Start Saka or Eze? Saka. Leon Bailey worth it? He's a slight doubt though, that's the concern, right? I don't know if I'd go there. Unless we have some kind of leak that I've missed or news that he's 100% fit. Your dog thinks he's a cat. That's what it is, isn't it? He's a chihuahua. Start Martinez or Leno? Martinez. Don't bench Palmer. Well, this is the headache I've got. Like, if Palmer picks up a yellow, then that decision's made for me because he'll be suspended. Sterling's also 1 yellow away from suspension. I low-key wouldn't mind if Palmer gets booked, and I know you guys aren't going to like that, but that would save me a massive headache in Gameweek 19 because I do have to pick someone to bench, and right now it could be Palmer or maybe Watkins, but I can't bench Watkins, can I, against Man United? Simicasta, Trent or Roll. I don't mind that for a free transfer. For free, I think I'd probably do it. If you've got no other fires to put out on your team, then I think that's fine. Gordon to Saka or Richarlison. It's got to be Saka. I know he's got like a difficult fixture this week, but Arsenal got a really nice run of games ahead. They got from Gameweek 19, they got West Ham, Fulham, Palace, Forest. So I think Saka makes more sense. Martinez or Leno for Flecken. I actually really like Martinez as a pick. If any of you watched the Who to Buy video earlier in the week, he's top in the league for projections over the next 5. So I think Martinez is great. Makes a lot of sense. Great fixture this week as well. Saliba or Simicast and why? I've started Saliba, but it's really just to kind of hedge my bets. Like, it's really hard to call how that one's going to go. I don't know if it's going to be like a 2-all thriller. In fact, we'll do a poll on that. So 83% Captain and Watkins, 7% Son, 7% Salah, 3% other. Liverpool versus Arsenal. Liverpool win, Arsenal win, or a draw. Brian says bench one out of Gordon, Cunha and Diaby. Who's Cunha got? I'm trying to remember what his fixture is. I'm thinking Cunha. Yeah, Cunha. You might get him off your bench anyway, to be honest with you. I think Diaby and Bailey probably both start. %52% Liverpool win, 21% Arsenal win, 26% draw. Interesting. Not many of you back in an Arsenal win then. Bench Darwin or Saka? Bench Darwin. Is Gordon not injured? Yeah, he could be. I'll probably get Simicast off my bench, to be honest with you. I'm just not sure a -4 is worth it for anyone. I don't know who I'd take a -4 for. Like Richarlison maybe, or Douglas Luiz. Don't know if that's worth it though. Saliba to Trippier from -4. Not from -4. I'd keep Saliba. He's just got one bad game, and then he's got a great run of games. I definitely won't be selling Saliba. I think he's a season keeper, if anything. Like, Arsenal are best in the league for expected goals conceded this season. I'll pull up the table I use in my videos from the Scout members area, because it paints the picture just how good Arsenal's defence has actually been. If anyone's not a member of Scout, there's a link below to join. And look at this. All the tables I use, by the way, are public in the members area. But look, Arsenal, top in the league. 13.03 expected goals conceded. And then it's City, 16.75. And look who's rock bottom. Sheffield United. Oh, you can't see it. There you go. 36.67 expected goals conceded. They've conceded 43 goals, which is 7 more than any team. Burnley have conceded 36. Just the one clean sheet for them. So yeah, if anyone wants to become a Scout member, use the link below for my affiliate link. Yeah, I highly recommend it. I use Scout every week for my videos and so on. They've got other stuff like the fixture ticker, player comparison. Link below to become a Scout member. Yeah, it could be counterproductive starting Trent and Saliba. It's just, I think it's actually really close between Saliba and Trent and Tsimikas. And I'll probably get Tsimikas off my bench. I think I'm comfortable hedging my bets rather than backing Liverpool to keep a clean sheet. I think both teams probably concede, to be honest with you. It could be a difficult game week if that happens. Plus Gordon doesn't play. Any other fixtures that we should do a poll for? Your dog's a cat. He actually is. He thinks he's a cat. He is the strangest cat I've ever... strangest cat. He's the strangest dog. He hates walks. Like, I've never heard of a dog that doesn't like walks. Like, when I say, do you want to go for a walk? He, like, hides. He's like, nah, I want to stay in. Matty Footy's on Sun captain. Caden asks Son or Watkins cap. I'm on Watkins cap. I've got Sun vice myself. Do you think Chelsea will easily win? I don't think easily. I think that's going to be a difficult game. That's going to be a close game. But yeah, I think Chelsea probably win that. It might be like 2-1 Chelsea. Are there any other fixtures that are worth predicting? I mean, Villa v Sheffield United is obvious. West Ham v Man United. West Ham are the home team for that one. -4 for a Villa defender, asks Abbas. It really depends on who you have to start, like if you don't take the hit. I really don't like the hits for defenders generally. Like, they are favourites for a clean sheet, so I do get it, but I wouldn't do it unless you're like a player down. You know, if it's like Maguire to Konsa, then yeah, it's worth the hit. But if it's like Guehi to Konsa, probably not worth it. Max says, start 2 of Tsimikas, Gabriel, Van Heck and Taylor. I don't know if Van Heck's going to even start, is he? And I think Taylor concedes. So it's not ideal, but I think you start Tsimikas and Gabriel. I mean, Van Heck... Oh, he's actually started quite a lot in a row. I didn't know that. I'm thinking of earlier in the season where he was in and out of the team. So he's actually started 7 in a row. But he's away to Palace. To be honest, I think all of those concede. I think I'd start Tsimikas and Gabriel. Van Heck first on bench. I mean, have Brighton actually kept a clean sheet this season? I don't think they have they? We can actually check. Still got the table open. No, they haven't. Look, clean sheets. Luton and Brighton yet to keep a clean sheet. I just feel like there's no point starting Van Heck, is there? Sod's law, this will be where he keeps his first of the season, but No, I'd just go Simicast and Gabriel. Is it worth getting in Trent this week? Asks Mikey. That's the move I've made. It's, as I say, it's not the ideal entry point because he's got Arsenal. But in my case, the alternative was to get Konsa and then buy Trent in 19. But it is 2 booked in transfers. And in my case, I don't really need Konsa because I've got Pinnock, who's got nice fixtures after the blank. And I've got Pedro Porro, Saliba, got nice fixtures. So it was a difficult one, but I ended up just deciding I'll get Trent now. A lot of questions about Livramento. It's basically impossible to predict the back line. Like, we can assume Cher probably misses out, but it could be Lascelles and Botman centre-back. So then it's who plays left-back, Burn or Livramento. You'd imagine Burn starts. We've seen a lot of teams use big players to basically match Luton's physicality and height. Like Adebayo's been getting success on set pieces recently. So then it's, if Burn's left back, then no Livramento. But then maybe Livramento plays right back and Trippier gets the rest that he looks like he needs. So it's very hard to say. I'd probably start Livra if I've got him. But yeah, you might miss out. I think I'd start him if I had him though. Thoughts on Nkunku? He's a wait and see. I'd wait and see, really. I'd like to see him start in a few games and impressing. The deadline time is wrong. Is it? No, we've got 15 minutes till deadline. That is right. Isn't it? Don't tell me I've got another hour live after doing 2 already. To be honest, I could talk FPL all night, but no, I'm pretty sure that's correct. Is Isak playing? It sounds like he's probably not. I got a message saying he's 90% out. Not completely guaranteed out. There's going to be a late fitness test on him, and also Gordon and Cher, who are probably 90% out. But that's all I've heard. That is right. Yeah, 15 minutes till deadline. Anderson to Trent or Foden to Douglas Luiz? I would do Anderson to Trent. I think you want to keep Foden. I know he's got the blank, but he's got nice fixtures after that. Especially Sheffield United home. And then there's Burnley home as well in game week 22, I think that is. Start Gordon or Nunez. I think Gordon either starts or doesn't play at all. So I'd just start Gordon with Nunez first on bench. 48% reckon West Ham beat Man United. 33% say Man United win. 20% reckon a draw. Alright, let's see. Let's do who will win the league. Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, or other. So who's an other? Villa. Get your votes in on that one. Less than 15 minutes till deadline. So if you've enjoyed this stream, then drop it a like to show support and subscribe if you're not already. Welcome to all the new members that joined during this stream. If anyone else wants to become a member, it's the join button below the stream. You get some perks like a badge by your name in the stream and comments. There's the Members League. There's a private members channel on Discord. Archer to Solanke worth a -4. Probably is. It looks like a few people are considering that. Probably is. I think Solanke's gone up a level this season. As I said at the start of the stream, like he's kind of been the sort of player that almost plays like the Firmino role. Like not much of a goal scorer. He often is like helping link up play. But this season he's kind of the spear of the attack. And you know, he's on penalties. He's nailed for 90 minutes. I think he's a great asset. And obviously on top of that, there's the postponement. Where does that go? Bournemouth are going to get a double game week at some point. It could be a while away. It could be like game week 25. But I think Solanke's a great pick. And Archer's obviously... yeah, you can't ask for much more for 4.5 mil. But I think it's a good time to make that kind of move. Because there's going to be unpredictable rotation and benchings. John says, can you make Teddy bark? I can't, but I've been teaching him new tricks. I taught him. I go bang, and then he like plays dead. He learnt that last week. He's a smart dog, you know. He can do about 5 or 6 tricks. Is Cash guaranteed to start? Not guaranteed, no. Definitely not guaranteed. I don't know if I've still got the predicted lineup for Villa. I do. This is from FPL Villain. Give him a follow if you're not already. He's got Cash and Dina as 50%, so it could be Alex Moreno that plays left back, and it could be Constant right back. If it's Constant right back, then it means Longley comes in for his first start of the season in left centre back and Carlos right centre back. But I just think if you've got Cash, you may as well take the chance. Pranesh, thanks for becoming a member. Thanks very much for the support, Pranesh. Appreciate that. Welcome. Welcome back for another video. Start Gabriel or Mitchell? Probably Mitchell. I think Arsenal probably concede. Liverpool probably do. I feel like you start Mitchell there. Taran says, is Trent for Maguire and Watkins for Alvarez worth it? Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely worth it. Yeah, I would definitely do that. No brainer. You have to have Watkins this week, I think. What breed is your dog? He's a Chihuahua. But I bought a DNA test off Amazon, right? And you have to like swab their mouth, and then you send it off in an envelope, and it goes to Norway, and then they get back to you in like 4 weeks with a pie chart showing like his breakdown of breeds. And then I got the pie chart back, and it was just a completely filled in circle that said 100% Chihuahua. I feel like there's no way, because he's like quite big for a Chihuahua. So I might have got scammed, or maybe he is a purebred. Taran says, but for a -4, forgot to mention. Yeah, still worth it. Yeah, still worth it for a -4. Trent to Maguire, monumental upgrade. Watkins for Alvarez, also a big upgrade. And you get the best captain for this week in my eyes. It's worth it for a hit. Hang on, who will win the league? 34% Liverpool, 29% Arsenal, 25% City, and 11% other. That is surprising. So you guys have got Liverpool as favourites to win the league. That's crazy. I didn't expect that. Start Saka or Darwin? Saka, 100% Saka. I'm not going to be able to check it now, Marcus. I'll get back to you after the stream. It might be, it wasn't my DNA. What, you think I sent a swab of my mouth? Maybe I did by accident. I might have sent them my COVID swab by accident. Maybe I'm 100% Chihuahua purebred. Do you think Matoma starts? He probably does. He probably does, but yeah. It's annoying because Brighton have got such a nice run of fixtures. In fact, I'll use this as an opportunity to pull up the fixture ticker tool on my site. If we go fixture ticker, easiest next 8 game weeks. I mean, look at that. FPL.page if you want to play around with this and the other tools. It's all free. They are top of the ticker over the next 8. It's just annoying that they're all rotation risks. I saw a graphic on changes to start in 11 this season. And Brighton were by far top for changes made to their start in 11. I know they've had injuries, but De Zerbi rotates a lot. Like, he's worse than Pep. So he probably starts if you play him. If you've got him, you play him. But I wouldn't be looking to bring him in despite the fixture run. Yeah, good point. He's got the Asian Cup soon anyway. So he's definitely not a transfer in. He's a transfer out in a few weeks for sure. Oscar, you are 100% Palmer, mate. Yeah, maybe I'm purebred Palmer. I don't see it. I don't think I look like Palmer. Senesi or Konsa? Konsa, definitely. Saliba or Branthwaite? Saliba, just about. Adam says, when's the welcome back for another video mega compilation? Shall I do one of those? That'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it? A 2023 welcome back for another video compilation. They all sound the same, so that'd be the most pointless compilation ever. Maybe I'll be able to find the one when I had COVID, and that one will be slightly different. My voice will be a bit croakier in that one, but that'll be like the highlight of the compilation. Oh, I love you too, Hamza. Appreciate that. Wilson or Jackson? Wilson. I don't know if I'd transfer Wilson in though. It feels a bit risky. Like, I think he rotates with Isak. Isak probably misses this game week, but he could be back for Forest. And then who starts up top? Blooper compilation. I need to keep more of those. I do. I have so many like outtakes when I record videos. Like the experts video from last night, there was 53 recordings. 53 times I hit record for that video alone. And that's pretty typical for me in a video. But to be fair, like I'm a bit of a perfectionist with the videos. So if I pronounce anything like slightly off, I'll just hit record again. But it does get a bit ridiculous, like 53 recordings for a 10-minute video. Who's the best keeper to get now? I've got Areola and Sanchez. Probably Neto or Martinez. I'd say those are the top two. And obviously you get a double game week out of Neto at some point in the new year. Maybe in January. Morning Sam, how we doing? Welcome to the stream. What time is it there in New Zealand? Reminder from Flanny to check your captains and vice. Yeah, let me check. I'm locked in here. Yeah, Captain Watkins, Vice Captain Son. So yeah, if anyone's joined late, I sold Maguire for Trent using one free transfer. And I've still got 1.7 mil on the bank, despite however much that set me back. Best forward over the next two, Watkins and then Solanke. 7:24 AM. Wow, fair play. Early rise for the deadline. You transferred in Powell on Friday. Oh, that's so unlucky. I sympathise with anyone that picked up Powell because he was a great transfer. Start Adingra or Darwin? I'd start Adingra. I'm not totally confident Darwin actually starts. He played the whole 90 in the League Cup against West Ham. Gakpo came off a bit earlier. Diaz was benched, so it's probably Diaz and Salah, I'd say almost certainly start in the front three. So then it's Gakpo or Darwin. Maybe Gakpo. And like, Darwin missed a big chance that game. Gakpo scored a really nice goal, well taken. Like he cut in and slotted a shot bottom left. So I feel like on performances, on merit, like Gakpo deserves to start and Darwin doesn't. Can you talk about early transfer ideas? I'm not actually sure. So game week 19, I'm going to roll. I've got no way to make a transfer because I've got Pedro Porro against Brighton. Trent's got Burnley. Saliba's got West Ham. I'll bench Tsimikas and hope that he gets a benching against Burnley. I hate to say if you're planning on starting him. And then I've got to decide who to bench for Alvarez because I want to start Alvarez. So it's going to be like Palmer or Watkins probably. So I'll roll into 19 and then decide 20. If Haaland's back, then I'll sell Salah and I'll sell a forward and buy Haaland back. Look at the price changes tonight. It doesn't work for me. FPL statistics doesn't work for me. On anyone else got this issue? It doesn't work on my browser. I've tried everything. I have to look on my phone now to get price changes. Solanke's going up. Solanke's at 185% rising. What the hell? Watkins is going up. Pedro Porro. Wilson probably going up. Konsa probably. Martinez could be. Trent could be. Palmer, Salah. I could have like 5 or 6 people rising tonight. I did turn off ad blockers. I tried everything. I literally tried everything. I don't know what's going on with it. It's been knackered by cookies. It's really weird though. It doesn't even work in like other browsers for me. I've literally tried everything. I can't figure it out. I turned ad blockers off. I've tried other browsers. It just doesn't work. Which is a shame because it's such a good website. News on Gordon. I got a message during the stream and they said that Gordon, Isak and Cher are probably 90% out. They said they can't guarantee it 100%. 90% out. And they said probably back for Forest. Not guaranteed out, late fitness test, but they said it's probably worth sharing because it could be information to act on. I've already made a move. I sold Maguire to Trent, so I decided I'm not going to spend a second transfer for a -4. I'm just going to leave Gordon in there. Team value poll. What would the options be? What? All right, we'll do that. What's your team value? I don't know if I put the right options there, to be honest with you, actually, but there we go. The poll is up. King David's on Captain Solanke. Oh, hit the mic. Starts Saliba or Colwell? Colwell. White is injured. I haven't heard that. Is that true? I've heard he's been nursing an injury in recent games. Just checking there's no last minute leaks. Oh, I guess there wouldn't be at this time, would there? Mikalenko's back in the thinking. Coleman's touch and go. Ashley Young and Decore not available. Yeah, nothing. Conser for cash. Oh, I don't think I'd sell cash for Conser. It seems too sideways and a waste of a transfer. 105.4. What the hell? 106 mil. What's the most expensive team in FPL right now? Have you seen this on the homepage? 108.7 mil. What on earth? What's their team like? They're 9.8 million, but their team's 108.7 mil. They're just riding out the price rises, aren't they? Rather than actually playing the game. They must have loads in the bank. They've got 11 mil in the bank. What on earth? I guess there's people that play their own little games like that, like who can get the most team value. Hopefully the Focal League can go top. I don't know where we are at the moment, actually, the Focal League. Not even top 5. We were number 1 at one point, but we've fallen off, so we need to all get it together next game week, guys. We need to go back to number 1 league. Right, is that the deadline? That's the deadline. We're there. Let's raid. Who should we raid? Who's live right now? FPL Juice. We could go raid FPL Juice. Very, very good FPL show. I highly recommend we go over there. Unless anyone's got any other suggestions. 107.5. That is unbelievable. We'll head over to FPL Juice. Spam Focal Raid in their chat. I'm going to head over there as well. They're absolutely legends, the FPL Juice guys. That doesn't make sense. Absolutely legends. They're absolute legends, the FPL Juice guys. So let's head over there. Show them some love. Enjoy the game week, everyone. We'll be back in not too long with more FPL content and streams. So make sure you're subscribed. And that's it from me. Focal out.